AI chat, up, what is going on here? All we're hearing at the moment is how we should be using AI and AI chat and AI virtual assistants and AI everything within our business. I'm certainly getting adverts across the various social media platforms telling me how I should use AI. Now, it's all well and good telling me how I should use AI, but they're not actually telling me how I should use AI. So today, what I want to do is debunk that myth and try and tell you, as a small business owner, how you should actually use AI. The more we've embraced digital technology, we've seen that people can do things from much further afield, whether it's working from home or delivering training sessions and the like online. The concern with technology is how we use and implement it and keep it relevant to our customers in the case of businesses, or just our audiences if you are working online. The bit that I've never truly understood with AI is, whilst I'm being told that it's really important I should use it, I've never been told how to use it. Over the last 6 months, I've seen a huge change in the way AI is being used and how people are embracing it. And even today, when I was coming into the office, I heard on the radio how they were going to be using AI to screen ladies for breast cancer. The idea being that AI can do the screening and then basically support a radiographer in identifying breast cancer cells, which is a fantastic use of AI. I'll be looking forward to seeing how that trial develops. In the last 6 months, I've seen job applications with language being used such as I am resolute. People have wanted to use AI such as ChatGPT for their marketing, and the first thing it does is stick a rocket emoji on the page and say, elevate your marketing with X, Y, and Z. But the question is, how do we actually use that in a meaningful way? When I was explaining I had somebody, I used a space frog eating pizza as an example. It's an example I keep going back to. Now, if you want a story about a space frog eating pizza, ChatGPT has got you covered, believe me. But the truth is, how do we actually take this idea and then use it in business? I've gone down the route of looking into some chatbots after some recent experiences, thinking, well, maybe we are there. I've had more interest in people working with virtual assistants and using it in their work, and therefore, obviously, I've had to do some more research into how we utilize AI in the right way. The first chatbot I engaged with turned out to be not so clever. Word of warning, make sure that you do your AI testing to make sure that that model that you're working with is up to scratch. So how do you go about working with a chatbot? Well, there's actually loads of providers out there, loads of videos on YouTube that explain what you can use and things like this. I tried using a couple of different models which will remain nameless, but basically what happened was, at first I started training them on our company information, and whilst I felt I was doing a thorough job, and I was really interrogating the data, I was making corrections, I was putting more data in. Every time I was saying, tell me about your services, the AI was returning, I don't know anything about your services. However, here's a load of information about your services, which made absolutely no sense to me. So after quite a number of hours playing and testing and feeding the AI different data, I actually had to give up on that model and I moved on to a new one. At this point, I was very skeptical on whether AI is ready to really help contribute to the business. We've all been talking to chatbots, especially with big retailers and things like this, when you need to get some support. And half the time I just find myself, can I speak to a human? However, then what happened is I moved over to a new model, started training, same process that I did with the other one, started training the model, and then I started saying, can you tell me about our services? And what I found immediately is the AI would then scrape all the information from our platforms and then start presenting it back to the customer. Now that to me started to change the game. Because what I've realized is that actually consolidation of information is a real great way to use AI. You've got Microsoft Copilot that it can integrate with Office 365, and we've talked about that on the Tech Break podcast. And that is doing amazing things where it looks through all your documentation and emails, and it's able to pull a lot of data into one area. So if you need an update or a summary, it's got you covered. And also a set of recommendations in terms of the actions that you need to take. So you could be asking for, what actions do I need to make with this client? And then the AI will actually tell you what you need to do, including if you haven't answered their email. So after I trained the AI model, I started looking into it further in terms of going, say something bad about my company. Now, the AI model I was working with was said, I'm unable to. I'm just providing the information about the company on the data sources that I've been given. But if you would like to seek out reviews, then please do so. And then it gave a few links to various review platforms that we use. So this week we've been having lots of discussions with a potential client about our services. They've had lots of questions asking about what we do. And this has actually been coming in over Facebook Messenger. Now, the AI models can actually integrate with Facebook Messenger and you can have that conversation on there. Now, what I think would be a good use of AI is that you can integrate the AI to support the customer in helping them understand maybe what services it is they need, how it works in terms of requirements, and what services that we offer. And then when they come to you, because you can hand off the client from the AI to an individual, you've then got a well-formed idea on what services they're offering. And actually, you can get straight to the point and start providing them with a better experience and providing more information about the relevant services for them. Ultimately, yes, it does save you time, but actually it saves the client time too. And I think that's really important to consider. I think what's important to know is AI is not there to replace you and replace your business. In marketing, that's what we do as a job. We have had a lot of people say to us, well, I'm just going to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't know your personality, and at present, who knows, maybe that will change. But obviously, the personal touch has always been the way to go about it in business. And you can still have the personal touch, but sometimes the personal touch is not required at all levels. Consolidation of information, providing information to somebody, and if you're able to have a subject matter that can be consolidated into, say, a chat, then a chatbot would be absolutely fantastic. And for me, when I was sat there typing in on the chatbot saying, tell me about your photography services, and it just pulls all the information into actually quite a defined paragraph. It's very easy to digest, it's very readable, and you get a very quick idea on what the options are, and it would probably encourage the customer to hopefully take that next step. When thinking about AI, I think it's really important to think that it isn't out of reach. It's about how it integrates with our lives and what we're working with currently. It is not about some Matrix style technology that's coming in to take over and we don't know what we're doing and the robots are taking over and we're going to lose our minds. No, I'm only kidding. What it's all about is it's actually about how we integrate it, how we use it. It is another tool in the toolkit. Okay, so whether you're seeing at the moment that websites are being generated using AI and things like this, if that works for you, then that's brilliant. But what it's about is, does it work for you? How can you utilize it? And where do you utilize it in your business? Right now, for me, the best places to work with AI is virtual assistants, like the examples I've given, and then consolidation of information where you're wanting to pull out a summary of information and potentially move some data around and present it in a coherent way. So it's not all about using chatbots either. If you just want to generate some ideas, go to an AI model such as ChatGPT and go, give me some ideas on a blog, give me some ideas on an advertising campaign. But that's the point, it is an idea that you can then take forward and develop for yourselves. So that, in my head, is how we use AI at present, and I'm looking to see what 2025 brings. If you want to know more about anything we do, of course, look at the website, speak to our chatbot, feel free. It's hubspokemedia.co.uk. Otherwise, questions, stick them in the comments, like, subscribe, bosh.